Hey everybody, my name is Crys'Dawna and I am the owner and creator of Bella Renovare by Crys'Dawna, and I am a brand ambassador for Redesign with Prima. Today I have something to show you. Hold on. So the last time I did a live, I talked about how I update my hardware. Hold on. I update my hardware with my decor wax. And so I'm going to show you guys how I do it. I have a plastic knob, okay? I have a metal knob and, wait for it, I have a wooden knob. There we go. So I'm going to show you how I update these. We're going to update these three, and there's three different materials. So metal, plastic, and wood. And I have three different colors. So I have the decor wax in, there you go, it's in meteor showers. So meteor showers is like a copper type color. And then, hold on, my 15-year-old dog got out. Hold on one second. Come here, Zeppelin. Come here, buddy. He got out and he's like coming to the door like, why am I out here? So we have meteor showers, which is like a copper, like a red copper almost. And then element, which is, they're both like a copper, right? This is like a red copper. This is like a golden copper. So we got meteor showers, element, and one of the faves, eternal, which is the gold one. So I'm going to flip you guys down and we are going to go over how to update your hardware with the decor wax. So someone had asked me before, what's the difference between using, like why would I use this over spray paint? Well, I'm located in Germany and I don't have a Lowe's or a hardware store readily available for me to get whatever I want. Plus, I work inside a lot, and so I really like using this stuff because it's not as volatile as spray paint. It's not volatile at all, and it's oil-based, so it will, once it dries, it'll start curing, and then it will not rub off, so it's self-sealing. So you don't have to put a sealer on top of it, but you can if you wanted to. You don't need to. So I have a really fine grit sandpaper. This is just like a surf prep sandpaper. And you want to make sure that these are clean. So obviously this is raw wood, so it's already clean. So, hey Tara. Then this is plastic. It's like a resin plastic. And then this one's metal. So you want to make sure that your hardware is not super dirty. So if you've got some old hardware, some, you know, vintage or antique hardware, you want to make sure that you're cleaning it. Some people, what they do is they boil it in hot water or do baking soda or put it in vinegar or whatever you choose. You need to make sure that it's clean. You're not going to want to put this stuff over, you know, 100-year-old hardware and just cake it on there. So you can also, if you want, it's not necessary, but I like to take stuff that doesn't have grit. So the decor wax is going to just go ahead and go right on that because it's raw wood. But this right here is slippery and shiny. So you can take some high grit sandpaper and just kind of go over it to give that plastic some grit. And that way the decor wax will just stick a little bit better to it. Okay, so as you can see, we kind of roughed that up a little bit. And then the metal, you can do it with the metal if you want. And so I just kind of roughed it up a little bit. So anything that's not like raw wood, you may want to scuff it up just a little bit. You can use steel wool also if you want. So what we're going to do first, I've got cheap chip brushes, right? I've got cheap chip brushes. We've got our wood, plastic, metal. We've got eternal, element, and meteor showers. There's a whole line of colors. So these are the colors that we're going to use today. So we're going to set these two aside really quick. And we're going to work on, first we're going to work on the wood. And so these right here these are cheap, okay? They would last you a long time. They are roughly about $10 to $12 a piece in the US. And then I'm not sure how that translates everywhere else, but they're not super expensive and they will last you a long time. So, good morning everybody. So I'm taking just a cheap chip brush and I'm just dabbing it in there and I'm just going over it. You could do it with your fingers if you want, but Oh, I know, Tony. So if you guys can see, here, let me get closer. Let me see if I can get down a little bit closer. That way you guys can really see it. There we go. Okay, so you guys see that? I mean, it's like a little tiny bit, and it doesn't take a lot. So that's what I mean by it will last you a long time. And you see the coverage? Super easy. And you can wait for this to dry. So generally what I do is I wait about 24 hours for it to start drying and curing. And you can go back and you can actually polish it too. So you can take like a soft rag and you can actually polish it to shine it a little bit too. So, I mean, you can see I wiped it, and I mean, a little bit's coming off, but it's still not completely coming off. So again, this will self-seal, and then you can go back in about 24 hours and just go over it with a rag and kind of buff it. So that's meteor showers. Really pretty color, isn't it? Hi, everybody. So this is a really pretty color. And then element, so let's move this over here. I like to compare them. So again, that was meteor showers. This one's element. This is more of a warm copper color. This is the plastic. Remember, we did a little bit of a sanding. It's like a resin plastic. And I'm just putting a little bit on, and we're just going right over that plastic. I'm just kind of going underneath it. You're gonna go right over top of that. And you wanna go over it lightly, okay? Now, if for some reason you don't get complete coverage on this, or you want it to, Tony, you want to know what this color is? This one is element. Did I not say that? Sorry. This is element. Meteor shower, element, and then I'll be using eternal. So if you don't get full coverage on this one right away, wait for it to dry, and then you can go back over it again, okay? This one covered really well because that was wood. But sometimes with like the shinier surfaces, whether it's glass or plastic, you can either try to go over it with a little bit more, or just allow it to go on here and dry, and then just go back in a few hours and do another coat. So there's that one. Kind of cool, huh? You guys see the coverage on it? No, Lisa, so Dixie Belle's gilding wax does not work the same way. Dixie Belle's gilding wax, which they're actually reformulating, is a lot harder. This is a softer wax, and so this works really well with changing your hardware. Hey, Nikki. Okay, all right, so the last one we have here is Eternal. So Eternal is the gold. Let's move you over a little bit. Yes, I can, Maria. So this is Eternal. There's, I think, 11 colors. 11 colors. Here, let's flip these so I can tell you. So again, you've got Meteor Showers, Element, and Eternal. So this is like a reddish copper color. This is more of like an orange copper color. And then this one's going to be your gold. They've also got blue. They've got iridescent. They've got a silver one that I've used before. They have amber, like an amber lights. So these ones are pretty solid, but then there's a few of them that are almost like a sparkly translucent. And then there's a few that are iridescent. So there's one that's got like a pink iridescent to it, and then one that's got a blue iridescent to it. And then there's also black. So there's one that's like a black color, and then there's one that's like a really dark gray with some sparkle in it. So there's a lot of really pretty colors. These are the three that I use the most. And when I'm changing hardware color, these are the three that I use the most. I have used the silver one too. So Eternal is your gold. It's like liquid gold, guys. So there's little divots in here. So I'm gonna kind of just stipple it to get into those divots. But you guys see the coverage? I'm not putting a ton of wax on here either. So that is covered. I mean, look at that. What do you guys think? So you've got your Meteor Showers, Element, and Eternal. And this was wood. If you're just tuning in, this one was wood. This one is a plastic, like a hard resin plastic. I wouldn't say plastic, it's like a resin. And then this one is metal. So it would kind of show you the difference of how it covers each different kind of thing. And then I just use cheap chip brushes, guys. These are oil based, and so they'll dry and then they'll end up curing on their own, and then you don't need to, let me answer some of your guys' questions. You're welcome, Marla. Oh no, Tony, you can use them on anything. Okay. Oh, Megan, so these are cheap chip brushes, so I'm not gonna reuse these. I'm going to just throw these away. These are just like 50-cent chip brushes. I mean, I could keep them. So honestly, you could probably, if you think that you're going to use it often, you could probably just save this and maybe put it in a bag so it doesn't harden, and then just reuse it to do your hardware. If you want to save on it or you want to like recycle it, you can do that. You can, if you do use like a different paintbrush, which is not necessary, this is oil-based, so you're going to use whatever you would use to clean oil-based paints or whatever out of your brush, or waxes out of your brush. So these are the decor waxes, guys. So these can be used on anything. I was just showing you how I change my hardware with them, but you can use them as a gilding wax on stuff. You can use them as a dry brush on things if you want. I have used the waxes in like a carnival glass look. I use them a lot on my hardware. Let's see, let me answer your questions. Eternal, yes, Amy, hold on one second. Let me get a little bit closer. Dish soap, warm water, that's a good one. Okay, so here's Eternal. It's like a gold. And it almost, in here, it almost looks a little bit darker, so let me pull up the hardware. So do you see it? It's a really pretty warm gold. Just really pretty. So this is Eternal. And then, let's get you guys close. This one is Element. Yvette, these are Redesign with Prima. So you guys are on the Redesign with Prima group. This is the Redesign with Prima waxes, decor waxes. So this is Element. And they smell really good, guys. So I prefer these over spray paint, one, because spray paint it's Redesign with Prima. See? Redesign with Prima, they're decor waxes. The dust, I do have the dust color, Amy, but it's downstairs. I'll have to send you a picture. You mean Diamond Dust? Diamond Dust is more of a, it's not a solid. It's more of like to add like sparkle to stuff. Okay, so then this one is Meteor Showers right here. This one's really pretty, huh? And that's on wood. So that's what it looked like before. So that's wood. That's when you change it. So these have almost like a orange smell, like a citrusy smell to them. They smell really nice. And I get migraines. I'm a migraine sufferer, so I try to stay away from things that would kick off a migraine. So these are really good. So anyways, that was, you can't see the plastic because I went over that, but the plastic was underneath here. So these are really pretty. And then this was the metal. So that's metal. So if you guys are like me and you want to, and there's so many different colors. Yes, I have a warm pink. Oh yeah, Amy, so that would be really pretty with the warm pink dusk. That would be really, really pretty. So again, that is it. All you have to do is, oh, good idea, Jackie. You are so smart. That's true. You could trim the top of these. If you don't want to wash them, you could trim it and then reuse them. Jackie, what would we do without you? Now I'm going to keep that in my brain. That's a good idea, Jackie. So with these chip brushes, you can just kind of cut them and, yeah, cut them off. Reagan, and you're right. Like, so you could order these too. You can order these wooden ones in bulk on Amazon as well. You can get them in bulk. And so then you have a ton of them for, I don't know, let's say $20. And then you can change them to look like they're, you can change them to look like they're metal. So Edward, they are very, very, very similar, except that the Art Alchemy waxes, which I might have one in, okay. The size is the biggest difference, okay? So the Art Alchemy waxes, this is the size of them. These are the decor waxes. So the decor waxes are much bigger. The Art Alchemy waxes are very similar in how they feel, and they're also very highly pigmented. The difference between, so the Art Alchemy waxes, they come in a lot more colors. So they've got like bright pink and purple, and so I've used those, but they're just very similar, and both lines are amazing. So again, it's just the difference. So like this will run you, I'm just shooting the breeze right here. This will run you probably about $10 to $11. This will run you about $5, $6. So even though this one's bigger, it's priced accordingly. This one's smaller, it's obviously priced accordingly. And this will last you a long time too. So this is Firebird, and this is Finnabair's Art Alchemy waxes, and they're very, very similar as far as how they're, let's see, I'll show you. So it's very pigmented as well. So this is just another line of Prima. And so they're really awesome. And so Firebird is the one. So you're welcome, Edward. You are welcome. They're all awesome. You're going to love them. So you can also use the Art Alchemy ones on your hardware as well. So that's it, guys. It's fast and easy. And I wanted to show you the 3 different kinds of knobs that you could use: wood, metal, and resin. And look at that. And let's see. So once they dry, they shouldn't wipe off. My fingers are all messed up. Hold on. So now this is dry. So this is a finger that doesn't have anything on it. And so I'm wiping it on there, and nothing's coming off. I did on this finger. So once they fully dry, don't worry about it. It's not going to come off. Like I said, you can go back in about 24 hours and you can kind of buff it to give it a little bit of a shine. But other than that, that's it. That's it. Super easy peasy. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And go out to your local retailer and get yourself some decor wax if they don't carry decor wax and they've got Art Alchemy. It does dry really fast, Reagan. It does. Well, that's wood too. So depending on your, so this one, oh, this one's on the metal. There you go. Yeah, Amy, I can't. I just did my roots though, so I don't need to, but I will. Probably next week, my roots will be eternal. I mean, why not? Okay, guys, thank you so much. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you, Edward. So it takes about 24 hours for it to cure, but I mean, it's dry now, so like I'm rubbing it and it's not rubbing off. That was the other one. This is one of the other colors. So I'm rubbing it on my hand and it's not coming off. So it dries really fast, and then I say about 24 hours for it to cure. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week.